Hello, Luxies. Welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. With me is my gorgeous co host, Fashionably Amy. And today we're going to talk about luxury predictions, our predictions for 2026. It's based on gut feel, based on some information that we saw online, but overall, just what we think is going to happen for the rest of the year, which is another 11 and a half months. So if you are here joining us, please do comment and say hello. Hello. I see Chris. Hello. Lena. Hello. Let us know you're here and then we can chit chat. It's good to see you back here, Amy. It's been a while.
I know, thank you. I feel much better um, as we speak. Every week is getting a little bit better. Spirits are higher. And I'm trying to get back in the groove of filming. But so far,
Yeah.
only did a Q&A. That Q&A almost killed me. It was so long. I was like...
Of all things, you do Q&A. Q&A actually, even though it's so kind of almost spontaneous, you don't plan for it very much, but it's really tiring because it's really long and you're thinking, it's like you're giving a speech or sorry, giving a talk, right? Like on a panel, you're like thinking almost on the fly. It's not, it's tiring. Actually, it's mentally tiring.
Oh, I know, but it's also because I kind of was disappeared for a while too, and then I
That's
got these
true.
questions that I asked for questions on my Instagram, and for some reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe it was a bug at the beginning of the year because Instagram did not archive that story. The one time it didn't archive because I never changed my settings, never did anything
Right.
different. One time it didn't archive my stories. Every time before that, like I literally double checked everything, double rechecked. I even looked up online how to maybe if it's a bug, how to reset it to come back or whatever. Like I tried everything, could not get it back. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I had so many questions too. They were great questions and I lost all of them. So luckily
no.
some of you resent them, which is good. But I remember there were other questions that I remember reading and I completely lost them. Don't have them anymore.
Oh
So
man, never
I had
mind.
to do it.
Next month, February's Q&A then.
Yeah, I had to do it. I just felt like, oh my gosh.
All right. So today, as I said, we are going to do our luxury predictions. So let me just pull up the screen. Okay. So just a quick reminder, the next couple of weeks will be on my channel. So we are doing the luxury predictions this year. Are people still buying? What are you buying? And then next week we'll have a members one, kind of in the same tone, but a little bit more earnest focus. We're going to talk about more about how it is going to be in 2026. So kind of reflecting because I think over the past year, maybe 2025, there I personally myself I'm shifting a little, but I also see generally there are a lot of people shifting their shopping preferences. So we have a little bit of an Hermes chit chat next week for 2026. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's start. Okay, first we have 6 predictions, a variety of things. And while I was doing these slides with you, Amy, I was like, oh, I'm getting excited for 2026. Okay, let's start with this one. This is yours. Your
Yeah.
style.
So we've been seeing a lot of wide leg jeans, baggy jeans. They were cropped sometimes. They were super long, so long that it grazes the floor. I've been wearing those for a while now, and I really enjoy them. I honestly do because, and it's been, I want to say 2-3 years, right, that this trend has been around, and they just changed the shape a little bit, the cut a little bit sometimes. Now it's the barrel shape. And I do enjoy it because it's so freeing to not have to squeeze through, kind of like the tight fitting pants and everything. But you know what? I'm getting a little tired of it, just a little bit, only because everything is so oversized now, right? Because when you wear these jeans, and especially in the winter, I can't just put a little tank top and then wear these jeans. Obviously, that's going to look cool, but you have to wear, double layer, you have to wear your sweaters. And I'm looking a little like too baggy too often. And I'm also feeling like if I feel that way, I feel like a lot of people will feel that way. And I'm seeing a lot of the new collections, like the runways, they're starting to reintroduce back the slimmer fit. So we're seeing a lot of like the straight fit, straight leg pants, straight leg jeans, and even skinny jeans. I don't want to say that it's going to be like all gonna become skinny all of a sudden. But I think we're gonna go back to the more kind of slimmer silhouette. Probably around the fall time, I think it's gonna come back. Why? Because in the fall time, that's when you can wear your knee-high boots, so you can hide your legs. Well, not hide your legs, but literally wear these skinny jeans and then have your leg all the way down to the boots, and that's gonna be a look. Um, I do think that although we might go back to the skinnier legs, it won't be super low rise. It'll probably be more like mid rise, since the mid rise
Mm.
is a thing too now. Mid rise with baggy and barrel leg, and so that's my prediction. I don't think barrel or wide leg pants are going to disappear. They're still going to be around, but definitely the skinny or at least the straight leg, like the straight leg are going to be back. The skinny is going to be back, and we're going to see more and more of it again. One more thing I want to
Yeah.
point out is that, you know how we always say that fashion recycles? It's even more true now. It's recycling so fast because it used to be, oh, every 10 years we'll see back the trend that we saw 10 years ago, right? But now I feels like it's every 2, 3 years it recycles already, because it wasn't too long ago I was still wearing skinny jeans. And I kept a few of my best skinny jeans. I haven't worn them in a couple years, but I kept them because I know it's going to be back. And I know I'm going to want to wear my knee-high boots. And I feel like it's back this year.
Mm-mm. To add to this, last month, if you watch one of my videos, I had a renovation back home. So I was staying in my mom's place for a bit, and I was digging through the closet. I was like, oh my God, why are these clothes still here? And I dug out a few pair of my old skinny jeans from college, from Australia. If any of you are from Australia, the brand Sass and Bite, and I also had For All Mankind. I think that's not Australian, but it's American. But anyway, the really good jeans. I spent a lot of money on them, all my waitressing money on them, but they were tight. So I was like, oh man, I was surprised I could fit still into one pair. And I was like, oh, they're not in, but I'll just keep them. So when we're doing this class, I was like, thank goodness I kept those jeans. Although I do look like a dumpling in them. Like, ugh. So I don't know. Like you said, I don't know if the trend comes back. I don't know how many people will adopt them the way we used to adopt them, because living in the wide barrel baggy, not only jeans, right? Because you're talking about bottoms, all kind of
Yes.
bottoms. The trend even went into work clothes, kind of like my work clothes are all these baggy pants. You never see any silhouette anymore because it's all big and baggy. I get the fact, like we said, it's actually quite hard to dress, because if you wear a top that's too baggy, you just look overall like a balloon.
Mhm.
And for a work context, it's actually it looks very bleh, bleh. It's really hard to style unless you're a really thin person in this baggy, then you look fashionable. But if you're say moderate size, and obviously if you're you've got more meat on you, you've got bigger boobs, everything, you just really look huge in this whole outfit. And for work, I don't know, it just looks a little sloppy, I have to say. And I was in it for a while. I still am. Found it really hard to dress, and you look good. So I'm kind of happy that the slimmer silhouette is coming back, but I'm really comfortable in it as well. So
I know,
that will be the
that's what I
challenge.
mean,
That will be
right?
the
I
fine
feel
tuning
comfortable
of.
too because it's so easy to put on those wider leg pants. There's no problems. And every time I were to, let's say, go shopping and try on clothes, I'm not there like trying to remove my skinny jeans that are all the way, or even leggings that are all stuck to every
Right.
inch of skin I have. It's a different feel. But I have to say the skinny silhouette is also good. Like it's also alluring too because it does look good. It snatches you. Obviously, it's a
Yeah.
different way of styling, right? I don't recommend doing skinny on top, skinny on the bottom. That's when you can play a little bit more volume on the top when you're wearing skinny. And also, I feel like even though skinny might be back again, at least that's my prediction, I don't think we will be wearing them with like the stilettos or anything like that. I really feel like it's the comfortable boots. At most, like a nice little pair of those flats. Well, maybe with a little bit of heel, like that first picture. Not too high of a heel.
Mm,
I don't think it's gonna be like that because we still like the comfort. I feel like
right.
going through COVID, like we all went through the I guess the sweatshirt and sweatpant kind of era, and then now the wide leg pants and all. But we need to go back to a little bit more dressier um, era again, right? So that's
Correct.
probably, I think, even though we're going back to the more dressy, it's not going to be all of a sudden we're all wearing super high heels. I feel like it'll still be comfortable heels, comfortable boots over, and it'll look very polished. And it'll be less comfortable than baggy jeans, but you can still play with the top, right? The tops will still be a little bit more, um,
Yeah. So,
more
like,
generous, I think.
I think this style, like you said, stilettos and all with jeans, it will be a hard pull to come back because it was an era of almost partying as well. Like when
Yeah.
everybody was wearing these kind of tight skinny jeans and the stilettos are like so high. But I feel like the current young generation, I'm just gonna put it out there. Maybe those with parents, those who are parents who are watching us, who have kids in the teens, are they partying like the way we used to party? I think not.
No.
I'm just saying they don't. They're having their matchas and they're at the gym and doing the Pilates and reformer, and they're having coffees, but there ain't no no clubbing. I don't. It's dying. It's a dying trend for most. For most. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I do agree with you about the stilettos with the jeans, stilettos with the jeans and the whole look. So I'm really curious when they bring this back because I'm kind of excited. I think a little bit of silhouette is good, but how do you make it comfortable? Because I cannot, no, I cannot do that. Like you said, oh, stretch that pants out right until the ankle. You're like, oh my god, I'm so tired, and you gotta get it over your heel. It's like, oh,
Well, okay, I
get it
say
off
skinny,
me.
but I also think there's gonna be also just a lot of straight leg, just not tapered, but straight leg jeans, which is also on the more polished side. It's not super skinny, but it's quite, it's still form fitting in a way. I think that's also gonna be back as well. So it's either or, right? I love skinny jeans for certain moments and depending on how I want the outfit to look like. I mainly am just excited to wear boots with skinny jeans. That's probably the most snatch way of wearing boots outside of a mini skirt or a mini short and then tights and then the boots, right? Like for me, that's too cold. I'm very like averse to cold. So I would still prefer having some sort of pants, whether it's leggings or jeans, and then wear boots on top of that. But that's my prediction. We're gonna see
All right.
more of the skinnier pants again, which is exciting.
Yes. All right. Next one. This is yours. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay. Okay. Well, out is a very, very radical word. I guess it's not completely out, but I feel like and I'm wearing a neutral right now as well. I feel like a lot of these like middle ground colors, like everything cream, everything taupe, grayish, they're really nice. We've had so many like years of the quiet luxury. Everything is in that color range. But I feel like, you know what? This year is all about not neutrals anymore. It's all about bold colors, especially, oh my gosh, red, my favorite color. So we're seeing a bunch of, even in Hermes, right? We're seeing a big range of new red colors coming out, especially the shade of crimson red, the apple red. I think in Hermes, there's a new color this year, or maybe it was last year, called Rouge Radieux, radiating, or radiating. What's the English word? Radiating, Radieux, radiate. Anyway, basically a
Radiant.
pretty red. And then in terms of blue colors as well, like we were just talking about it last week, how this really pretty blue in Bottega is just it's
Oh,
just making us so attracted to the bag, right? It's like all these kind of like cornflower blue. Um, I'm thinking the oh, where am I going next year? Like the in
Greece.
yeah, in Greece, like you see like the buildings in that kind of shade of blue. It's
Oh,
those
yes.
beautiful shades of blue that are not so saturated, but it's almost like in the middle. Um, not like the deep blue. We're not talking about the navies, and we're not talking about the two very light blues. It's very much like the cornflower blue, and it's so pretty. And we're seeing a lot of colors. So these are just two main colors that I'm seeing in a lot of runways. There's more than that. There's purple. There's so many colors that are back. It's going to be bold colors this year, not just all the grayish and beige. Obviously,
Yes.
grayish and beige and taupe, they're never going to disappear because there's going to always be people that will always just wear their neutrals. So every fashion house will still have to make it in that color at least. But I feel like before you couldn't buy a red top. It's like it doesn't exist. Now it's going to be everywhere. Literally every company, every fashion house, every fast fashion, they have something in red, something in blue, something in purple. It's
Something in
really
color.
exciting.
That's right. Yeah. I agree. So I was watching Michelle Wong's video, and she was showing a I can't remember, a palette, or I think it was a palette, and she was just talking about how in makeup, right, for the past 4 5 years, she she said this, and I laughed because she said how incredibly boring it is to be a makeup artist in this current 5 to 8 years, because everything is neutral. There's Everybody's neutral, same neutral eye, neutral look. You remember when YouTube first started, look at the amount of color and craziness and creativity and artistic looks that people were coming out with on makeup. I mean, there still is that, but it's probably they're the minority, because everyone else is doing neutral eye, neutral makeup. And
Yeah.
every makeup house is creating another neutral palette. It's either gray, brown, red, brown, orange, brown, brown. And I totally agree. It's a pivoting point where people are like, okay, here we go, another neutral palette.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they've added a green there. Oh my God, thank God. Thank God there's a green there. So
And I
there
have
is
to
a shift.
say, I agree.
Please go.
So I agree with what you're saying, but also I also find that even when companies try to add colors to their palette, remember when Hermes had the blue in their eyeshadow, and then the other one is like the what's that color called, like the burgundies. Not
Mm.
everyone, especially myself, right? I would look at them and I'm like, who's buying those? Who's buying those green ones? And who's buying those blue ones? Like I would feel so like this is too extra. Back then, at least the last couple years, last 2 3 for me, and then I guess for Michelle is like last 5 years. Everyone was so reluctant to buy colors because it was too bold. And I guess it
Yeah.
was in line with the quiet luxury. Like everyone was just trying to lay low, not stand out. But I feel like
Yep.
everyone's tired of laying low. Everyone wants
Yeah.
some colors now.
Everyone's like,
So
exactly. Because so we will show another collection. So this I did the recent Chanel collection, and which is red eyeshadow. Who the heck buys red eyeshadow? Totally sold out. Like, what the heck? Because people are like, oh my God, it's not a brown palette. And even they
mhm.
don't know how to use it, because on YouTube, a lot of people are buying it. You got inspired by it. Sold out. Crazy. Obviously, they had a little bit of nice packaging, but it's not like out of this world, right? So, okay, let me go to the next slide. I First, okay, before I go to the next slide, let me just say Pantone is like probably Pantone color of the what Pantone color of the year is the most boring color ever. Do you know what color it is?
No, I didn't check.
It's white.
Okay. I was just debating whether
Pantone
that's even a
Pan-
color before.
Pantone's color of the year for 2026. It's like they are living in the pandemic year. It's white. The color is
Interesting.
called cloud.
Oh, okay. I like
Everybody
the
was like,
name.
"What? What? It's the color of the year for 2020." Then Pinterest. Do you know that Pinterest is also really, really big? I didn't know until I was reading about it, but people use Pinterest quite a bit for inspiration. And this is Pinterest's color of the year. They have 5 colors: cool
Oh.
blue, jade, plum, wasabi, and persimmon. Persimmon. Full volume colors that are bold, bright, and anything but subtle. Because Pinterest
Mm-hmm.
users, the color palette is inspired what people are looking for throughout the year. What their searches are, what they're liking, what they're saving. And these are the colors that are coming out. There's no white in this. Pantone, you're like Kodak, okay? Get out of here. So
I
anyway,
wonder what decides the colors for the Pantone range. Like how I just don't really know how it came about and how they decided. So
right?
it's very
Like they are
interesting.
so old school. They're like painting houses. Cloud. What?
Actually, that's a nice
Okay.
color for how. Well, I mean, it's
It's a
such
nice
a
color,
great
but how can that be the
neutral.
color of the year?
I know. I don't know why, because it's definitely not. I feel like
It's
it's not.
definitely not. You're right. It's definitely not. Okay, so let's look at the colors. I took a few. Look at this beautiful. Look at this, Amy. Wow. Are you not attracted to this?
I am. I'm actually so attracted to blues right now. Like especially the anything but the very very deep blue. I mean I like looking at blue in general. And I feel like for some reason I'm more and more attracted to blue. I've been buying some blue clothes and everything, like mainly Lululemon, so mainly the active wear. But that's when I can go bold without feeling guilty and
Mhm.
without feeling like, oh, it's gonna go out of style, because you're just exercising. It's fine to be bold. And when I see this color, I just feel like it's nice. It's
It's
probably gonna
nice.
be
I wear
suited.
everything
It's
she's
gonna suit
wearing.
everyone. Yeah.
Beautiful. Next color, jade. Look at
That's your
that.
color, not mine. I can't wear this
Oh,
color.
but it's beautiful. Oh, you don't like it. Yeah, yeah, but I
Yeah.
love. Wow, this is color. It's a look at it. Jade accessories plus 135%. People are looking for this. Marble nails. Look at that. 450% of searches, like, wow, everybody's going for it. And then the hue and the
Mm,
texture, meaning in clothing and stuff like that. Look at this. Oh,
plum.
plum noir.
That's very
Look at this color.
specific.
So when this color came out, obviously Chanel has already done their collection, right? The Vampy collection. That's why I sold out. Look at me. I even bought it. I bought everything. I have the lip color, and it's like so refreshing to wear something that is so bold. Then another beige lip. I cannot take it. It's like, wow. I love it. So plum living room idea, 60%. Dark plum,
Mm,
220%. Dark purple shades, 40%. This is what people are searching, right? On Pinterest. Look at this color,
that's
wasabi.
yeah, that's a color my nephew
Chartreuse
would love.
green. Chartreuse green. 175%. So maybe on furniture, I think it's so beautiful in a house. Like, let's say you have a very neutral house and you have just one pop of color at the corner. Love it. Yellow green outfit. I'm not sure why. Lime green weddings.
Wow. Lime green
What?
wedding. Wow.
Where is the cloud white from Pantone? Nobody's looking at it. And finally, persimmon.
Mm.
Persimmon aesthetic, 100%. Orange colored suit, 105%. Orange color combo, 75%.
Mm.
This kind of, not like, Hermes orange. Actually, yeah, no, sorry. Not this has a bit more,
It has the red in it.
yeah, the red in it. Yeah, correct.
More
So like
red.
this kind of orange lip would be so beautiful as well. Hermes's orange is very yellow. Ochre. Look at
Like the
this.
actual leather orange, in the leather, it's quite orange, yeah. It's quite like
Yeah.
true orange. I don't know how else to describe it. I think it's even more. It's not as dark as the boxes, because that's not. I don't think that's the color of their bags that are
No,
called.
the boxes are more yellow orange. I think the bag is kind of close to persimmon, but more yellow in it, right? This one
Yeah,
is a
that's
really
like
nice
more
color. This is
like
the
a true
orange that
orange color, like
mm,
an actual fruit. Like when you when I look at it, I feel like it's the same color.
this is more red, but this is beautiful. So
Yeah.
like wow. Imagine a dress in this or a top.
Oh,
Pretty.
I love
Okay, so I'm
persimmons
putting
too.
this one because this is the collection that was totally sold out because they'll look. I'm predicting, right? Vamp and goth, this kind of rich, bold colors in makeup as well as clothing it'll be back this year. It's a start. The whole theme of bold, rich, bright. So this was in accordance to like the plum color. Look at that.
It's really pretty.
It is
It
really
almost
pretty.
screams fall already. Which collection is this? Summer?
Summer is like right
That's
now.
so interesting.
Really interesting that they brought it out now.
I
Okay,
mean, it's
this is
so pretty
mine.
though.
Yeah, this is mine. My prediction for this year, I feel somewhere around, I do think around the same time, fall, winter, there's going to be more prints. People are just bags wise, because similar to the tone of neutrals and plain, it's kind of like you say, right? It's not out, but it's people are looking for something else. So I'm predicting that sometime this year, there's going to be a lot more houses, brands going to come up with printed bags, like printed. I'm using wild prints. Now, just could be animal print, could be louder prints, could be things on your bag. Because look at what Chanel did in this. What did they do? This giraffe there. This is actually a latest collection from Fendi. It came out, I think this month. Yeah, I think this month. This is a butterfly collection, an old picture of Prada. But I do think they will be back sometime this year. I'm predicting.
No, I have to agree. Prince, because everyone was so afraid for a while to stand out. It all, everyone's talking about how, the economy is bad. Definitely don't want to stand out. There's this general sentiment, but people get bored. Everyone's not standing out for so long that even the brands, they have to spice it up. Like people will get bored on top of the fact that, fashion needs to have excitement, fashion needs to change, and fashion needs to inspire. So by introducing more prints again, it just makes things more fiery, just more exciting to look forward to, even if you're not going to necessarily buy.
Correct.
Yeah, it's
May
nice to
not buy.
see.
Like the people that will buy this will be obviously those who are not affected by the economy, right? They'll be like, but because they buy, they do inspire others like us. They're like, oh, maybe it will be a little bit of print, and then you go to the resale market and buy something, or you buy it from the contemporary brands. But it will generally create some life to this world because everybody is just like, ugh, right now.
Mhm.
I think this will be back. It hasn't. It hasn't. Yeah, I don't think the past few years you've seen any of these prints. It's been really quiet. Even like Chanel's latest collection in January, there were a lot of prints. Actually, it was very fauna, like flowery designs, right? The skirts look like flowers. They had tiger, like a full tiger printed dress. I'm
Mm.
excited. This one I do think will be back this year. Sorry, my computer's not moving. Okay, here we go.
Oh, okay. So these are still
yours.
the pants. Well, we're okay. Again, the word "out" is very strong. I don't think it's gonna be
I'm gonna
completely out, but it's generally the silhouette of. I feel like the bottoms, especially, are gonna be more tapered. Definitely, like more close to the body, more sleek. So I saw a comment. It's like, no, no skinny jeans, please.
So
I don't think
this
skinny
one
jeans
was
is
about the
gonna
waist
replace.
height because you said one is the barrels, the shape being
Yeah,
really big, and then
yeah,
you were saying this one is like right, like grand like pants that are above the navel, so it's like really what high waisted, right? High
yes.
waisted pants will be
Yeah, it's
leaving.
the shape has always been more the high-waisted, the wide, and then right now the barrel is very strong. It's like being sold everywhere. I also enjoy wearing them, but we are gonna move into more lower waisted. Not super low, it's gonna be the mid waist. So it's gonna be more sitting just slightly lower than your natural waist, which is, the natural waist, the problem with that one, even though it's very elongating because it makes you look like you have long legs, it makes it look like your legs start very high at your waist, but it's not always forgiving. And I feel like even for someone who is on the skinnier side, anybody really, after you eat, okay, you have a food baby, like you have a food baby in your tummy.
Baby.
So anything high waisted will show, like literally, it will show on anybody, even if you're very slim. So it doesn't matter your body shape, it will show. So the very high waisted, especially if it's quite tight already, um, it's not always forgiving. So I am actually loving the fact that now the waist is a little bit lower. Every pant, even though the wide pants is still in, but the wide pants, they're going lower right now. Not super low. Again, we're not talking about the 90s era where you show the underwear band like the Calvin Klein and those. No, not like that. It's just slightly lower, sitting just slightly lower than your natural waist. So almost at the top of your hips. So it's very comfortable. It's a very comfortable length. And um yeah, so it's that combined with the fact that it's gonna go a little bit skinnier or just a little bit more straight leg, and I'm really happy about that because
I don't
I
know
loved
about this
high
because
waist for a
the
while,
moment
but
it goes below the belly button, and then if you're a little like it's either a food baby or a muffin top. So
yeah.
um, I don't know.
A food baby
Hmm.
especially. I feel like muffin top can happen with even low waist, like, especially with very low waist pants, because usually your fat gather, well, most people, everybody, your 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 fat is usually around the tummy area, and it's all around, like around the back, the side, and everything. So
Mhm.
anything that is too low waisted will also, if it's too tight, right? If it gathers too tight and then you just ate also, it will show. But regardless, right now it's at a slightly lower than natural waist, not as low as these pictures, just slightly lower, and still wide leg, which is very, very comfortable. Very comfortable.
I have
And
to
still
try them
flat leg,
out, but
mind
I
you.
don't know. I don't know. I'm excited, but as well, I'm not excited because I've been enjoying these really high waisted pants. I'm like, "Ah, no."
It's more,
But as I
for
was
you
saying,
especially, because if you have a very petite waist to hip ratio, it looks very, very pretty on people like you, for the high waist pants,
not
especially.
anymore, my dear.
But a lot of
I'm in
people
my
aren't like that,
40s.
right? Like a lot of people,
I mean,
I have such a straight body when I wear high waist, then I have like literally zero hips, and it just looks straight anyway on me. So it's on top of that, if I eat, then I look pregnant on top of that, like, not really pregnant, but, it just gives the impression that I have this big tummy and then these baggy jeans, which, I still wear them because that's the trend, right? And I like to follow trends. But, I'm actually happy now that it dropped the waist a little bit. It's a little bit more comfortable.
at least the zip's not like so long, right? Because
Yeah.
one of the pair of jeans that I have put aside and say, okay, this is gonna be donated. The zip's like so short. I was like,
Oh, yeah, that's too
whoa,
low.
that's low jeans. I was like, I tried to wear it, and it didn't pass my hip bone. I was like, wow, I was really
No,
tiny
that's
then.
too low. That's too low. Yeah, now it's just very, very tasteful, a little lower,
It's in
which is really nice.
between. It's like maybe it's like this length. You're right. It's sort of no, maybe a little bit longer than this. Maybe like this.
I don't know, it's hard to tell because these ladies are st is they're definitely doing advertisement for another brand, so I feel like they're wearing, like, the picture on the right, that skirt is just too small. Too small, too short. And then the picture on the left, I feel like it's more like a skateboard brand. I'm not sure. Like
Skateboard brand, I think.
I'm not sure, right? Like it's not exactly like that. We should be thinking back of the collection, Chanel's collection, where they had. We were just reviewing that. Which collection was that? Oh, I think it was. Yeah, it was Mathieu Blasy's first collection, the spring summer, which we reviewed a while
Right,
ago.
right. Yes, yes, yes. Those
Everything
skirts,
is a little
yes.
bit
They're
more
like
low waist, like all the
just below the
skirts,
belly button.
everything, the skirts, the pants, they were a little bit more low waist, so it sits a little lower, but it was still so flattering
Around
because
here.
it had shape. It
Around
was
here.
following the contour of the body, but it wasn't skinny all the way down with low, like super low waist. It wasn't like we're not back to the 90s and 2000s. No, it's really very tasteful, just a slightly lower waistband, and more following the slimmer contour of the body.
Okay. I think this is the last one. My prediction. So I think for 2026, and of course, this just happened in 2026, but over the past few years, I predict that in 2026, there is going to be a real explosion of contemporary brands. People are going to look at it. So the past 5 predictions more colors and styles, right? And I think it's because of a few factors, especially in 2026. Started obviously in the last couple of years, but you had this guy. What's his name again?
I don't remember
Tanner
his.
Leather Tanner
Oh yeah,
Tanner
something.
Leatherstein, the guy that cuts up the bags, where he shared costs and really sort of opened this Pandora's box, right? Everybody knew it, but he was really cutting it up and showing, and people are getting more knowledge and sharing knowledge of what costs could be like. And then you had all these scandals about, Dior, all these over the past few years, in a time where people were also trying to be quiet luxury. So everything accumulated, and now I feel in 2026, it is really, really the era of contemporary brands. The ones that came out in the early 2000s, they didn't really survive because I don't think people were ready for it. Things like, what's that brand? I don't even know where they are right now, but they could come up now again. Senrev, right? They came out at a time where it was really hard to break the market. The brands were really, really strong. Luxury brands were really strong. But I really feel now you're going to see a lot more contemporary brands for a few reasons. Lifting the veil, a lot of scandals, crazy prices. People are just not in it anymore, right? And also, the third thing is the quality. I think they have really upped their game. So many of the contemporary brands that you see now, they found out where a lot of the manufacturers are, or they found a way to get around production, but they are really, really good quality now. And they found a way to design it to such an extent that works for the current climate. So I do think 2026, there's a big start of these contemporary brands for a lot of people. Even for us, right? We're not probably going to buy a lot of the luxury brands anymore because of the crazy prices. We're more picky. So imagine those that haven't even started. They may not even start because just contemporary brands are just out there. So I do predict you're going to see a lot more of these contemporary brands, people just buying them. Another brand, Open had a lot of scandal, but it was really big.
For me, I agree with the point about pricing. I feel very much priced out of the luxury brands that I personally love. And there's only two really that I mainly consume. I think the main problem, though, it's not just the price. Of course, price plays a big role, obviously. But if I really want the bag, I'll buy it. That's where it is, right? Like it's expensive, but I'll make it work, right? I'll just buy it eventually. But for me, it's more than that. It's the fact that even the luxury for example, Chanel. I still very much love Chanel, and I will continue to support Chanel in many ways, not necessarily in bags, but in many ways. Um, the problem with their bags also, I've been feeling anyway lately, is that they just come and go so quickly. It feels like they have now the 25, right? I still haven't bought it, and I'm not like I'm being honest when I said that I'm still very interested to try it on. I still haven't seen the mini size. I really, really am like I feel FOMO a little bit, but I also am not so pressed to buy it, obviously, because I know the availability is low. But I'm still just wondering myself whether I would pull the trigger or not, because again, we're talking about it's like an $8,000 bag plus tax, so $9,000 bag. What if in a year or two, at least maybe more than a year, like in 2 years, it's already gone, and now they're gonna have, oh, the 27 bag and the 25 is out again. Like it sort of feels very fast moving. And we've seen that happen, right, with the 19, with the Gabrielle. And like I buy what I love still. I will always say, like, buy what you love, you wear it as much as you can, enjoy it. But I've been finding that like the trends are moving a little bit too fast in a way. And I experienced it myself. So, the only bags that I still have left in Chanel are all my mini flaps, classic flaps. And the 22 I personally really, really love. It's really the bag that stayed in my collection because it's so easy to use. But aside from that, like all the other, sort of like their it bag has really come and gone. And it's not really that long ago, to be honest. So that's where I'm coming from. I'm a little bit skeptical in a sense that we're paying at these $9,000 range price, right? After taxes, 9,000 for a 25 mini. It's only a mini size. And I'm just afraid that it will be gone in a matter of like a few seasons. And so these contemporary brands are looking a lot more attractive because if you're playing with contemporary brands, yeah, sure, if the trend goes, it doesn't hurt as much. And I feel like a lot of people probably feel this way. Like I will still always support Chanel in many ways. Like even if I don't buy the bags right away, I'll buy their accessories. I'll love something, I'll buy it, shoes, whatsoever. But their bags are getting way, way, way harder to support at this point because the price point doesn't make sense at all. And on top of that, the style just moves away so fast. Unlike Hermes, again, I'm not justifying for Hermes necessarily, but Hermes, at least they never change. The styles just never change, aside from the new releases, but you don't have to buy those, right? So, yeah, I'm kind of in this sort of like in a bit of conflict in terms of how fast even the permanent bags are moving.
I think that's why my point about this era of contemporary brands is really that if you as a luxury brand buyer is already feeling like you guys are not sustaining your own brands, you're all turning into Gucci. Who you're all turning to Gucci. You're all creating bags, and you're as in like you luxury houses, you're all turning bags and churning them out too quickly, but the price point is astronomical. The reason people buy a luxury brand is because whether you're selling it or not selling it, there is perceived value in the bag. You're going to keep it for life. You're going to use it for life. You're going to say, oh my gosh, one day if I pass it on, at least there's some value. Whether that is, it's just a story, but it's a perceived value, right? And you feel that you bought something of value. But when they churn it out, so quickly, they all turn into Gucci. Next thing, your bag is in fashion file for a tenth of the price. Then you ask yourself, I should have just bought the contemporary brand and enjoy it while it was there because they look the same anyway. So maybe a long time, a lot of people didn't buy contemporary brands because they really felt like contemporary brands. The leather was a little plasticky, a little heavy. The chains felt light and clinky and all that. But which is why I said they have upped their game. I don't know how they did it, but maybe through lifting of the veil and with internet and now globalization, everybody can find everything. They are making their bags where these luxury houses are making. So let me pull this one. This comment here from hello, hello. Well, long time no see. So like Moschino Paris, I'm not familiar with this one. They source their Torlin leather from the Remy Harriet tannery that Hermes uses.
Mhm.
So these tannery house, these leather houses, tannery places, they are also opening up. They say, look, they're also sharing who their clientele are, right? Which is probably industry secrets. But somehow now they find out where you can make the hardware. They find out where they source their linings, their leather, and they get to do it. So I do think the next started, I mean, it's already started, but this year with like what you are feeling, right? Prices are just crazy. They're churning out too quickly. Even you are questioning whether you want to buy that trendy item or just buy something that's pretty similar, enjoy it. And if it's right for you, fine, go and buy it at Chanel. But then that is where I mean by there's going to be a huge rise. Everybody's going to try it out first. And if that already scratches the itch, very likely you're not going to buy the luxury brand. Like, oh, I'm done. Yes. Oh, the luxury brand just discontinued it. Phew. Phew.
Yeah, I know it's a very hard place to be in right now. Also because Chanel has had many changes as well, so it feels a little bit unstable, and we're still have yet to see more collection from Blasé, right? Which in terms of the ready to wear, I'm not questioning too much. I think in terms of clothing, there's always going to be people that will love it, people that won't love it. It also depends on your body shape, your preference, etc. But for bags, especially, we all love bags here, and bags are such a big component of styling and just how it makes you feel. I mean, it boils down to that, right? How it makes you feel, how practical it is.
Mhm.
Sometimes you just want to collect it because you want to collect it, whatever the reason. But it did, I think we're at this crossroad where we are questioning the value, like values in like the cost, the price versus like how the longevity versus also basically the quality make of it, right?
Mm.
Like the 25, I haven't seen too many unboxing videos. I don't know if it's that popular, but when I go on other platforms such as Red Note, people have been reporting defects, the corners wearing out,
Oh,
the leather peeling, things like that, right? That you're like, I'm paying $9,000 for this damn bag if I'm gonna buy it, right? I don't want to see the corner peeling or the leather like in a matter of few uses, right? Like that's something that I went through with the 22, and it's so traumatizing. People didn't believe me, right? People said that I was too dramatic. The store didn't believe me. I had to really argue my case. It was a thing because it was a very expensive bag, and you don't want your bags to be worn a couple times and already start falling apart. So it is a thing. If you buy a contemporary bag and it starts falling apart, it doesn't
whatever.
hurt. And the thing is that contemporary bags are actually really resistant. They don't fall apart that easily unless it was a defective
Yeah,
one. I just saw a comment
exactly.
like the leathers, yeah, that they're using are very, very. It's not just the leather. Like I really like the way you said it. Like they used to feel very plasticky. It's so true. Very heavy. I did not like that.
Heavy. They use a lot of padding on the inside to give it the
Yeah,
heft, but
I
they've
hated that
totally
before. That's why I never was attracted to contemporary bags. In that way, I found it very impractical because I hate heavy bags. I just hated it with a passion. But now everything's changing. In fact, the luxury houses are doing the reverse in a way. Like, I mean, maybe not necessarily the reverse, but they're having some problems, and the prices are going just sky high. Invisible line crossing immediately, right? Like at the 10K mark, I mean, holy cow, like it's a lot of money, right?
yeah, correct. So it to me where they have priced it such a way, and I totally agree with this. Real Chuck saying, let's face it, some of these brands are only focuses on ultra high net worth clients now. They don't care about aspirational customers who just want a bag for life. So true. So true. Um, so we are priced out, and that's it. That's it. Go and buy your I don't know, whatever contemporary brand. They don't care. It doesn't hurt them anyway.
Yeah, I don't think it will replace luxury still. It wouldn't. But for sure there's gonna be a shift. I feel like even the hardcore luxury brand loyal like me will start buying
Loyalist.
contemporary.
Loyalist.
Yeah. There's gonna be a shift for sure. It's already happening. It's already
It's
happened.
already happened.
Um,
Your wallet is going to be you know, let's say like your wallet say, okay, I'm just going to focus on Chanel and Hermes. But now, because it's just so ridiculous, you're gonna say, I'm gonna make a choice. And then your wallet share is the same, right? You're like, I'm gonna buy something, I'm gonna enjoy it. And that is the shift, right? You're not to say you're not gonna buy Chanel and Hermes anymore, but you're going to be very picky. So you're the loyalists are now going to be picky. There's gonna be a huge group that just totally say, screw you, Chanel and Hermes, you're psycho. I've already picked up all the bags I wanted. Totally no wallet share for you anymore. I'm going to just enjoy the contemporary brands to fill whatever gap that I have for the remaining whatever bag carrying life, right? Just carry whatever I want because I still have that collection. And then there's going to be the new buyers and like totally looking at these $10,000 bags saying, huh? What? They don't even start. They don't even start. They go like, forget it. Because the contemporary brands that are coming out and already have come out and established themselves. Brands like Pauline, and then I'm not sure about others, because I'm not familiar with them. They are totally revamping the way they're doing the production. They're creating bags that really work for people today, not the heavy, chunky, low quality ones. They're finding their manufacturing, changing it up for a fraction of the price. It's still not cheap. Firstly, it's not like, $100, $200. It's still relatively pricey. It's priced at the 5, 6, 7, some of them the 1,000 Singapore dollar mark, but not 10,000, not 9,000, 8,000. Too bad. The only good thing for us is at least we've collected what we wanted. Now it's being really picky. And I'm so happy that some of these contemporary brands are totally upping their game, because it just means, for me at least, because I do appreciate good quality things, I'm more open to it now. Before that, it was like you, right? Oh, plastic is gonna peel out. What the heck?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's the last. Hang on, let me just move my slide out of the way. Stop sharing. Okay. All right, let's see what you're all saying. We hope you enjoyed it. Does anybody have any more predictions? Maybe you can share your prediction for 2026. I'm excited for the colors. Truly, I am. I think I've always liked a multicolor, so it's kind of nice to see it as well. Right. The only other brand that makes a lot of colors now is Bottega. They've tapered a little bit, but they used to create a lot of colors. Even Fendi toned down for a bit. Brand creates colors now. What luxury brand creates colors?
I mean, all
Chanel.
Their ready to wear is definitely very colorful. Well, okay, maybe not very, but we're seeing a lot of reds, and that excites me because maybe it's my favorite color. But even like, okay, I don't know if it's correlated with special orders or not, but I've been complaining about the special order colors being so boring, right? 2024, 2025, and then I don't know this year yet, but like when I did it, it was 2024, and then that was the first year that they started standardizing the process, and literally every color is like boohoo, like so boring. And even though I love neutrals, I truly do, but I couldn't find a neutral that I liked because I wanted it in the leather that I wanted to, and they didn't have they had like 6 choices, right? Like it's just ridiculous. At this point, it like the only color that was outside of the neutrals at the time that it was available was that blue color, which I wouldn't choose a blue for my one and only SO opportunity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not my favorite color to do. So it's a little bit sad, right? When you have such a big opportunity to have that experience to do something custom, but then everything, like the choices were so bad. So I love seeing that the colors are moving towards the more bold, at least have the availability, but I still don't really know if it'll translate to enough, right? Like for sure we're seeing a lot more of it, but like is it going to be enough? Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if if they make, like, if Hermes does a corn blue, like maybe like a mini bolide or a picotin. I buy it. I will buy it. It's just like, oh, that color. Yeah. Oh, I love this. So I think it's 2026, right? Colors, ready to wear creativity, but too many bags that look alike. Yeah, I think it's really hard, really hard. Forget this one. Yeah, too hard to change the style of bag. So colors is the only way, right? Because if you say create a new style of bag, every single style has been created. It's really hard to be creative in today's world. It's such a challenge because it's been there, done that. Like makeup. Oh, another palette. Oh, it's incredibly challenging. They have to be wild to some extent. Ooh. Damien sharing. I just got offered a Birkin 35 from my home boutique in Sydney. Congratulations. In a color I so did not expect, but have completely fallen in love with. It's called Vert Moyen with palladium hardware, the perfect green. Congrats.
In a size 35 too, like it's so bold.
Wow.
That color.
Like, bam.
Really nice.
Congrats.
Vert Moyen is a very, like, I don't want to say it's a neutral color, but it's a very pleasing color to look at, especially if you love green. Let's show it.
Delicious. My prediction. Bag charms will continue to go crazy. I think so too.
Oh yeah,
I think so
they're
too.
crazy. They're literally everywhere. And it's getting more and more expensive. Yeah, it's almost like a jade color, I want to say. Here.
Yeah, so the color jade, right? Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah.
You want to pull it out? Let's take a look.
Yeah, I will pull it. Hold on. Vert Moyen. So this is my Google screen. See? We're seeing it's like a very dark, saturated green. It's very, very nice. Like, and especially like, in that size, right? Like imagine not like the mini Kelly, that's too small, but do we have a 35? Well, this is a 30. This is 30, 29. So let's show the 30. Right? It's
wow.
Nice. So the 35 will be even. Here, let's try. Birkin 35. No, it's not showing. No, these are old.
Rolex green.
Yeah, very nice green. So like that's what I said. Like it's not really a neutral, but I like that it's so pleasing to the eye still. So it almost looks like if green was a neutral, then it's like, for me that's a neutral green. It's a very nice green. Congrats. Very nice. It's the color of money.
There's this one gym member. Color of money. There's one gym member at one of my gyms, and he carries his Birkin 40 as a gym bag. And he will, he'll bring it around, and then we have this, I think the gym has this section where you can, take coffee and water. So he'll plunk his big Birkin on the table, and everybody be like, oh. And it's not any color. It's a SO Birkin 30. So it's got a few colors because it's an older piece. So it had 3 colors. And I haven't mustered up the courage to go up to him and say, "Can I take a look at your bag?" I haven't. But I see him every Sunday, and it's such a vibe. He's such a vibe. Like he's definitely, you know, like what do you call that? Exhibitionist, but super nice guy. He talks to everybody. Yeah, I haven't mustered up the courage. I think he'll let me know. I'm like, did you get it from the store? Is it an SO? I think it's 3. I remember seeing a little bit of purple at the side, but I can't remember the 2 colors. So gorgeous though, because it's such a vibe. Like to carry a big bag. Yeah, 40. It's a 40. Just it's a conversation. Yes, you got to talk about it, right? Nobody talks to him about his bag. I think I need to go. Okay, if I see him tomorrow, I'll go talk to him. I know. I shall.
Also, I want to mention that even though these are trends, right, or predictions, I don't know if it'll move as fast also, right? Like, I feel like everything now is so blended. Like, I feel like the trend, it used to be, right? If something is trendy, the thing from before will literally be out and everything will be the in one. Whereas now I feel like the out one is still staying a little bit and it will be blended with the new, and not everyone will move at the same pace anymore. So whether that is a comfort level or if it's like more about the financial point of view, like the pricing, people are not going to move. They're not going to just get rid of their things and just move into the new trend, right? Like things are so expensive now. And so I feel like, you know, whether it's also just the recycling happening very fast, I feel like it's just all blended right now. It's always just been kind of like, I almost felt like skinny jeans never really left. I mean, it has sort of maybe been on pause. You know, people are just keeping them on the side, like I did. Keep it on the side because I know it'll be back, and it's already back already. In a
Can
way,
you
I
fit
feel
in
like
it? That's the most important thing.
So I feel like it's.
Have you tried it? Have you tried it lately, Amy?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Have you tried your skinny jeans lately?
Oh, I have not. I don't know if I'll be able to fit in them either. Only because I think like my legs were very skinny back then. Like I had no muscles and I've been trying to exercise, right? So like I feel like I got some muscle. Like I actually got some meat on my legs now, like even a little bit more than before. So I'm not sure if it'll fit actually. I haven't tried yet.
I can tell you when you tried, because I tried my old ones and I was like, they did not pass the hip.
But we can buy new ones. My point is that I feel like the trends, they don't really, it's not a clear-cut trend anymore. I feel like things they kind of just linger and then the new one comes in and everything is blended and you have both. Until enough time passes, then maybe, right? Like I feel like the skinny jeans and the straight leg, they're coming back, but the wide leg, it's still probably going to be around until it's really gone for a little bit and then it'll be back again. Like it's so fast. It almost feels like it never left in a way. So in terms of the colors, right, and the prints, I don't feel like they ever left either. They've just been on pause. People are just, oh, we just want to lay low key and everything. They just kept everything on the side. Some people might have gotten rid of some things. That's normal too. But I feel like it's just never really left. It's just like, we're just going to hold on to it for a while. And then it's back already. Because, yeah, I feel like trends nowadays, it's so blurred. It's either still maybe mixed in or they just move that fast that you feel like they never left.
Yeah. Another brand that has been bringing back their stuff is Celine, right? Because they brought back their the bag that I had. What is it called again? Luggage. The luggage bag. And I'm feeling what you're saying because I've kept it. I didn't use it. And I was like, oh. And then the other day when I was doing a video, I was like, when I took it out, I was like, I'm trendy again. I'm trendy again. I mean, the bag weighs like a kettlebell. It's so freaking heavy. However, I bring it out once in a while now. I'm like, such a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Such a vibe for a bit, okay? And it's not odd anymore because everyone is now using it. So like you said about clothing, right? All these colorful prints. Maybe a lot of people have put it aside, but and then if you were to wear this colorful print and you're in a sea of all neutrals, maybe people didn't want to stand out. Like, ooh. But now if you wear it, nobody blinks an eye. It's like, oh my gosh, I feel so comfortable again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's exciting. It's really exciting. Colors, I can't wait. It's refreshing again, I guess. TikTok micro trends move too fast for reality to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trends are way too happening so fast. Like by the time I find out, or I'm an auntie. By the time I find out about it, it's already it's already out for some people. I'm like, what?
Maybe we should do a live on micro trends TikTok and dig it out like, oh, this happened. Maybe we should do that. We'll do that for a live, like TikTok micro trends that went by we didn't even know.
I mean, it wasn't too long ago when Labubus was a trend. But it's not a trend anymore, apparently. Nobody like the t-shirts that was just launched, the collab that Uniqlo had. I know you guys had it before in Asia, but we just got it in November 2025. So not really
Right.
really not that long ago, just 3 months, 2.5 months ago. It's already everything is on sale, deep discount right now. Like people are just they're already like, no, we're tired of seeing Labubus. People don't want them. It's so cheap, literally. You can buy the thing is like when it's so cheap, nobody wants to buy it too. That's sort of like reverse psychology too. When everybody doesn't want it, nobody wants it either. So
It's a
that's what I
herd
mean by things
mentality.
move so fast. It's so fast. It's too fast. By the time I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll give it a try, it's no longer a thing anymore, which is
Yeah,
kind of
it
sad.
doesn't
I mean,
last.
no,
Trends
no,
don't
yeah,
stick.
these things don't last, I guess.
You think about, let's say, okay, let's just talk about Labubu as a trend, right? Like a plush toy trend. It's not. It didn't just happen overnight. I mean, the explosion happened overnight. But Labubu as a toy has been around for a while. It's not, I think, a few years already. It's just that
Yeah.
somehow it got picked up by Lisa Blackpink, and it exploded, and everybody wanted it. And then now that drops off, but there's still a big collector who started from the beginning. Just whether or not it has same longevity to things like Hello Kitty,
Oh, yeah.
Doraemon. I mean,
But even then, like, it's
it's not everyone,
no,
but
no, it's
there's
not
a
everyone, but
community that's just so crazy about it.
so I agree. The real collectors, I mean, I never even knew what Labubus were before, so I'm not talking about them. I'm really talking about the trend when everybody started putting a bag charm on their bags, and that became a thing. And I saw it so often that eventually I started wondering, like, oh, should I get one too? But that by that time, literally by that time, everyone's out of it already. And so I guess I don't have to follow it anymore. But that's what I mean. And even with the Hello Kitty thing you were saying, so I know Hello Kitty has been quite stable all around, but I'm just giving an example of my niece, right? She's only 4, okay? So she's only very young, but she's very smart and she has a big personality in terms of like what she likes. She knows what she likes. So she was really, really into Hello Kitty. So we've been buying her Hello Kitty every year. But like this year for her birthday, well, actually it was just last year for her birthday, she wanted Kuromi instead, not Hello Kitty. She wanted Hello Kitty's friends. So like it's still within the Hello Kitty family, but there's not about Hello Kitty anymore. It's about Hello Kitty's friends now. And I like suddenly after she mentioned it, I see it everywhere too. Like every store I go to, there's
Yeah,
Kuromi and
Kurumi.
like the friends stuff. And it's not the main Hello Kitty items anymore. It's actually the other characters. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, just, obviously I only know it because my niece likes it and we're trying to buy things for her, right? But literally the trends move so fast. Even with the kids, the trend moves so fast. And I'm just like, wow, they moved on from Hello Kitty already. Like, I just feel like I've been still trying to find Hello Kitty things, and now it's like, no, I have to find the friends instead. And who knows what, like next month it'll be something else. That's what I mean. Like, things are moving way too fast now. And so trends are trends. I still will follow them, but I think as a general guideline, you should buy what you love. If you feel comfortable in non-skinny jeans, only in wide leg and elastic pants, so be it. That's what you should wear, right? Like, trends are trends. And sometimes I like them because they suit me, but sometimes I'm just, oh, okay. If enough time passes and I still want it, I'll maybe try it, type of thing.
I'm gonna pull this comment. Caitlin P had an interesting video about how smart women keep shopping. It touches on trends and it's interesting. Okay. Real Chuck says, this is why I wear Rick Owens. I can wear stuff that I've had for 15 years and it looks the same and goes perfectly with the new stuff. I think this is why, and again, sorry, but I know everybody's just like, oh, Hermes, but this is probably why Hermes also has longevity. There is
True.
something about their line of things
Classics.
that, yeah, but it's a little bit more than class. It's classic, maybe just their bags, but their clothing also, it's not excessively trendy that it ages almost instantly. There's something about that. It's I don't know what it is, so maybe I'll watch Caitlin's video, but there's a formula in what they do that has longevity in it. So yeah, Rick Owens, I get it. Yeah, I have some friends who wear Rick Owens, whether it's long, like vintage Rick Owens, or now, it just seems to blend in with time. Yeah, like Labubu. Look at that. Look at the collection that Mona did. Is it Mona?
Oh
Mona
yeah,
did for Prince.
they did
Like,
a collab
what
with
happened to it? Like,
I was just
like when luxury
really?
brands do that. Yeah, like really? Like, are you really? Why, Mona? You just created more landfill.
Yeah.
Nobody, I mean, yes, there'll be real collectors, but just think about it this way. Like let's say for me, Doraemon or Hello Kitty, I collect it because there is nostalgic. Like, I don't even use the word collect. I like it because it's nostalgic. But I'm not going to spend that kind of money on it. Like, I would buy the occasional plush toy. I'll buy a sticker here and there because it's reachable, it's achievable, it's fun to have a t-shirt. But when you have it on a luxury item, I think that's where it doesn't work. Because I don't know, there's just something about it. So like I bought a Gucci Doraemon bag, right? Bad quality, firstly, and there's no longevity on it. So cannot lah. I think cannot. So that was a lesson for me when I know that cannot. You just cannot buy the luxury collaborations with any of your childhood loves. Just stick with what is generally acceptable. So like Labubu, they're cheap. Yes, they became expensive because of the resellers, but generally they're like $30, $40. They're that fun little thing that you add to something that is nice. But cannot. 5,000 with Labubu? No way.
I know.
No way.
That was a very strange, like, when I mean, it just came out of nowhere, at least for me. Like, obviously I don't follow Labubu news, but if it's even news, but when I saw the collection and I saw also the celebrity, not endorsement, I guess they were ambassadors. I just thought I didn't know what to think. I'm like, this is not gonna last very long, because literally,
I think it only lasts on the launch date.
Literally, when it launched, that was when people are already moving away from Labubus. It was. So I was thinking, oh,
Yeah.
timeline was just a little off, first of all. Maybe if it actually came out when everyone was all about Labubus, then they could have caught on the trend. But like I said, trends just move so fast, too fast. They were at the tail end
Okay.
already. It was an unfortunate event, I think. And also, to be honest, you have to be a true Labubu fans to buy those. And even then, I don't know if they like, do people actually spend that kind of money? The people that buy Labubus as collectors, do they spend Moana money just because it's a Moana collection? Or I mean, a
Maybe the
Labubu collaboration?
maybe the ultra high net worth Labubu collectors. But
Yeah, okay.
most Labubu collectors
That's I don't
spend
know
reseller money.
what's the population in that. I have no like I have no knowledge in that demographic, so I have no idea how many are there of those.
Yes,
But okay,
probably
I
not
have to
many.
agree with this
So just
sentence.
enough to pay their production cost.
Yeah, true, true, true. But I 100% agree with this always. Always for the love of bags, no matter what color comes out, I will always buy black. I 100% wholeheartedly agree. I think that is why I mean, I just so happen to always be lucky with the color black too. Like just always if I ask for black, it's available. But I truly agree too. Like at the end of the day, I also love seeing the colors. Sometimes I love seeing it more on other people, or I just love the fact that there is variety. And sometimes you just want to maybe, because I do own a lot of neutrals and blacks too, and I just want to maybe once in a while buy something colorful and it's available. It's like that one time I want to buy something colorful, it's not available. That's when you feel kind of frustrated, right? So I love the variety this year.
Which is probably why the prediction as well, like bag charms will always be around because neutrals will not disappear. They will be the group like yourself will just like I buy black, I'll buy neutral, but occasionally I want that pop of color. Get your pink rodeo because that
Mhm.
satisfies the itch and it's available now, not another black rodeo. It's like, oh my gosh, I already got it. I already got a black rodeo. Like, give me some color, right? You need that little bit of color, which is why the pop mud, even though yes, the craze is
True.
gone, but it will constantly be there. The secret box thing, it's just a little kick, dopamine kick.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
ooh, that's fun. $30, you're not gonna break the bank. Okay, fine, whatever. But you get the color, you get the fun thing, scratches the itch. So yeah, it'll constantly be there. And like the Hello Kitty, they have La Boo Boo friends, right? Twinkle Twinkle, La Skull Panda, anything under the sky that makes sense to you that you feel like, oh man, that's kind of cute. Sure, God, 100%. Even I like Skull Panda.
Well, okay. Also, the reason I don't know why it came out, because I think the reason why I was thinking about Labubus is because I was supposed to. So last year, one of my my second cousin's son was supposed to come visit, but their business trip was canceled. So it's still being delayed. We still don't know when they're coming. But my cousin was telling me that she's gonna bring us some, gifts and souvenirs
La
from.
Boo Boo.
Yeah, she was actually she was asking me at first. She was asking what Trader Joe's items I want, because we don't have a Trader Joe's here, and everybody, like all Canadians, they go crazy with Trader Joe's. So that would have been what we would receive. But then also she asked me, "Oh, are you guys into La Bubus?" I was like, "Not really." She's like, "Are you interested?" I said, "If you have extra, I'm like, I just because at that point everyone was already so into it, and then I was literally still the one who hasn't bought it, who hasn't followed it, but I was at that point where I was starting to get curious, even though everyone was moving
I'll
away, but
send
I
you
was just starting
some.
to get curious. So when she mentioned it, she was like, "Oh, do you want one then?" I'm like, "If you have extra, can you give me two?" Right? I was just thinking like me and my daughter. But still, we haven't seen it because they haven't come yet. So I'm just like, at this point, it's already really, really too late, because like it's already months later.
Well,
It was
not
supposed to happen in
really.
September. They still haven't come. Like the trip has been postponed indefinitely, I think. by the time I get it, I feel
I'll send you a
literally,
labubu. There are tons of them now.
literally nobody
I am
cares.
actually nobody. No, I actually it's
It
still
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'll still
it's
enjoy
like
it
a
because it's just a thoughtful gift.
yeah.
But
No,
I just
it's
thought
sort
it
of
was
like
funny because it was just like literally it was supposed to happen in September when I was still looking forward to for us in Canada. I was still looking forward to like the Labubu collab from Uniqlo launching. Like for me, I was still at
mm,
that point where I was starting to get curious myself. But literally, as we speak, right, every single day, and then now we're in end of January. Literally, the trend is dead. Right? In my eyes, it's dead already, and
mm.
I'm just gonna be the one that eventually I'll get
It has
that
a labubu. Yeah.
invisible
All the
Labubu.
it's I guess it's not about okay, labubu because of the craze. But generally, take away labubu as the design, everybody is still carrying a bag charm on their bag. So
Yeah.
now maybe it's more of like the plush toy bag charm, super going strong. Everybody. So I have like even I'm like sometimes I think which one should I carry? That you just because it's almost like a security blanket. Sometimes it's just nice to squeeze the dang thing like ugh, like oh so cute. Anyway. Yeah, La Boo Boo maybe, but it's still I think it's better now because you don't have to chase for it. I actually prefer that. I like the fact that when I go to a pop mart, I can actually see the box and pick it up. It's so
Oh.
refreshing. It's like, yeah, because firstly, the collections, everybody has bought it already, right? So they have the macaroon, then they have a seat, then they have the big energy. So before that, you could not even see what a big box looks like, a full box. Now you go to the Pop Mart store, anyone, it's actually, I think as a person that just wants it and I don't want to chase for it, it's nice. I'm like, can I have one box? And
Mm.
you just take it home happily and like get a kick
Yeah.
out of that. That is so nice. So I was also were we talking about it last week? About the Murakami? Yeah,
Mhm.
we were talking about it. It is so nice to walk into LV and see and touch and not feel like I am running to buy the items. I actually got a chance to see what the Neverfull looks like, what the Never Woof looks like, touch the pieces, and they say, "Oh, you want? We have it in stock." It's so different from the conversation about last year or the past 3 years. It's limited edition, no stock, sold out already. Oh, you have to pre-order. It's like
Yeah. No, I
the
agree.
so
This has
nice, so
become
nice. I cannot even. I felt like ah, I can see it. Wow, and it's so hard to explain, right, Amy? It's just it feels so relieved, feels so like I want to see something, but always get rejected. After a while, it gets really stale.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. I think I mentioned that as well. I'm still curious about the 25, but I want to be able to try it on slowly, make my choice, really try it on, like not slowly. Like, I don't want to be like told, "Oh, we only have one. I can only put it aside for
Yeah.
a day. You must come and buy it. Otherwise, it's
Yeah.
gone or something." And I can't even try it literally almost. And I used to do that. That's the problem. I used to be like, "Oh my god, okay, I'll pay for it now." And then I'll come see it and then obviously sometimes it works out, sometimes you go find out there's a defect on it, or sometimes I find that there's like a flaw and I'm like, oh my god, I paid for it. It's the thing is it's you can't return it in Canada too, right? Like there's no returns. You can exchange but your money is gone, so you're stuck with a few $1,000s, and now we're talking about the 9K 10K range.
Yeah.
Not acceptable. So I feel like that's the difference now too, right? Just the fact that it's too the game about the last one, it's limited edition. the very limited, like restricted, we can't hold it type of thing doesn't work anymore. Like I want to be able to enjoy the experience of trying it on before making my decision. That's what I want, right? Because it for a long time it didn't feel like luxury. The experience, I even mentioned it on my SO experience. I'm like, I'm standing on top of these jewelry cases. I'm not even sitting. I wasn't even offered water until much later or after I asked, and like literally trying to choose my SO while everyone's mingling around me and talking. And like, I just didn't feel it didn't look like an experience. I couldn't, like, I see on IG people who take pictures of them sitting with a nice latte and biscuit, and they have like all the like the choices of the color palette thing, like that box with the color, and then they have time to discuss it. It wasn't like that for me. So I felt like, it wasn't a luxurious experience. So this translates to everything else though. For the past few years, everything's been rush, rush, rush. Only one. Come, we have to hide. We can't let anybody see. It's like, what is this? It's not the flea market. Even in the flea
Yeah.
market, I choose my fruits and vegetables carefully and I
Well,
pick out the
faster,
bad
pick
ones.
the best orange.
Literally, I would pick out, like, if there's a grape that is literally moldy inside, I pick it out. Why would I buy it, right? Like I pick it out and I chuck it in the bin. And so I only want to pay, it's like $5.99 a pound. I only want to pay for the ones that I can eat. So but I can't even do that in luxury. So it's ridiculous, the contrast of how it's been so many years. And now I demand to feel a little bit more luxurious, like what I you're supposed to get.
Yes.
Again, very dependent. Obviously, we only have one store, so we don't have a choice. It's very different here in that sense too. We only have one Chanel. We don't have one Hermes. So it is very different. The demand is higher than the supply, so that explains part of it too. But it doesn't it doesn't deviate from the fact that everything's too expensive to begin with. That there is defects and problems with Chanel. And sometimes it's like, what are we getting ourselves into? So that is why.
But there's a big difference, Amy. It's your mindset. I mean, all of us are
True.
like, say, limited. Okay, lah, forget it. It's like, it's because we are sick and tired of this. And you are also willing now to walk away. Forget it.
Yeah.
Last piece, fine, forget it. Because if it was reasonably priced, you're like, I'll take a bet on it, right? You take a bet on it. But at $9,000, and you're telling me I have to rush and take this last piece that has been hanging underneath that box, underneath the spotlight, probably has a stain and discoloration in the back. It's the last piece. No, lah, it's okay, lah, I don't want. I will walk away. I will walk away and be happy that the universe said no. So the mindset is you're tired. You've got a collection that already works for you. So I think the games, like you said, essays saying last, pre-order, limited, nothing for you to see, those kind of words no longer, to some extent, no longer, how do you say, dig out the FOMO. Sure, you feel it a little
doesn't
bit,
work
but
as well.
it doesn't work as well anymore. In fact,
Yeah.
it's irritating. It's like,
Yeah.
forget it. It's irritating. So when I went into LV, I walked in, I was like, I'm just waiting for them to say, you cannot touch this, you cannot touch that. They took out everything. And I was like, I even had a moment standing there like, this is really, I even told the essay, this is really strange. I have to say, I was just like standing there and this is really strange. This is the first time I'm actually trying these bags in store.
That you can
Can
try.
I see that?
But you know what it reminds me of? So your recent experience where they took out everything for you to try, that's how it was exactly just about 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, I was shopping at LV a lot. And I remember back then, there is always, so if the one I'm looking at, if I don't like it, they have another one in the back. And their service was always very good. And they always asked me if I wanted something to drink at LV, like at the price ranges that they were back then too, like a lot more affordable. I just felt like that was nice. And then it became really a chase. Like once I moved into Chanel, it was literally like you take it or leave it, you know? Even if it was a defect,
Yeah.
like someone else will take it. It's like that. And we've had too many years of that. And now I feel like people probably are demanding to have a choice and time to really enjoy the experience of deciding, not even buying,
Mm,
just deciding.
mm. Deciding, correct, to reflect because we don't want to make mistakes. And maybe that's also, it's also a luxury strategy, right? Because every time we make a mistake, especially like LV, there's going to be returns. You're going to be chucked with all these returns. So rather you tell your customer, hey, wait, don't buy it and cause me all these return issues because administratively it's costly for them. Take your time. I love it. I had a fantastic time at LV. I was like, I love it. I love touching it. I'm not buying anything, but I love touching it. And just like, feeling like this is what luxury is. How freaking sad is that? Oh my goodness. I have to feel good to give my money out. Wow. Wow. Yeah, so they don't work anymore. Okay, they are annoying.
I guess the problem is that sometimes it is just the last one. So what do you say?
Then
Right?
walk away.
Then it really depends on the client. Like you should just make your
Mm,
decision whether it's important enough for you to just run and get it or just, leave it to fate, not meant to be, you know?
yeah. Oh, that's just love for the love. I'll send you something
Oh,
from Trader
thank you, babe, but it's
Joe.
okay. No, no, no. We do have relatives visiting often enough that we get like a little package, like care package every once in a while. But thank you so much. It's very, very nice of you.
Real chat. If you think Mona Labubu is bad, check out the Audemars Piguet AP Black Panther
Black
watch.
Panther. Why is that bad?
I
Why is that
mean,
bad?
why would you spend $50,000 on a collaboration with Marvel?
Oh, it's Marvel?
Isn't Black Panther Marvel? Black Panther and
Oh, I was thinking I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking like I don't know why I was thinking something else, but okay. Never mind. Yeah,
right, Black
Marvel.
Panther, right? We're talking Black Panther. The what is that? What
Okay.
is that thing that they say? Like, long live something. If somebody can remind me. Gosh, I mean, please. It's a bit like did you see lately that these old school, old fashioned houses, they are so iconic, right? So like AP, Mona, they've got histories of 100 blah blah years. The other one is Christian Louboutin. Did you see the collection? Let me pull it up. I think I saw it somewhere, but I maybe it didn't register until right now the collection came out. So hang on, let me look for it. So Christian Louboutin and times Jade. Yeah, here we go.
They're mostly shoes though, and plus I always associate their shoes with uncomfortableness. So discomfort. So I never was attracted to them, even though the red bottom is very
Thank you,
alluring.
Miles. Wakanda forever. Yes, uncomfortable shoes, Amy.
Very uncomfortable. It looks very uncomfortable. I never even tried them, so never mind trying them.
Okay, so Louboutin, who is iconic for their uncomfortable shoes, sexy, red sole,
Red
just
bottom, yeah.
the ultimate heel. Pain is gain kind of thing. So he appointed Jaden Smith. Do you know who's Jaden Smith?
Oh, yeah, of course I do. I'm
As
watching a
the creative
documentary by his father
director.
right now. Sorry, repeat
As
that.
the creative director for the men's wear.
He is an artist. He's very different. I don't know what else to say.
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
So he came up with, so this is Jaden Smith. Let's take a look at that. To create the line of clothing and stuff. Oh, look at that. Shoes with hair. And shoes that you can't walk in.
It's definitely very like this. I would almost classify as like modern art. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not something you. Yeah, that's what I would say. Like things that you look at and you're like, what? How did they come up with that? Like kind of sort of like that idea. I don't know if you guys are into museums. So I was there was a period of time where I went to museums a lot, all different kinds of museums, right? But every time I go to a modern art museum, like literally the stuff inside, sometimes you're just wondering, like, okay, so a banana on a wall is a thing. Like, it's like sometimes you wonder how do they come up with these ideas, right? Like, not to say that they're bad or good, it's just weird, like just really outside the norm. So when I see his designs, right, the first impression is definitely bold, right? Very bold and almost feels like too modern to use to or to it's very much an expression of his, I think, his state or just how he feels right now, maybe. I don't know. But I'm sure there's an audience that is attracted to that.
I'm sure.
And
I'm
also,
sure.
there's part of it that is his he's a celebrity too, right? So in a way,
Mm-hmm.
there is also the fame that also influences people to look at it. Um, for me, it doesn't speak to me, obviously, but I'm sure there's definitely people that will appreciate the designs. Right now, we just can't appreciate it. Like I cannot appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure. Elmo in a shoe. I think there are definitely some stuff that are maybe a little bit more acceptable, but the pieces that were pushed out, at least as part of the promo, were all the odd ones. Okay, no more. Yeah, all the odd ones that look a little crazy, like these boots with hair. Um, there's a bag. There's this one. I'm not sure if you can see that.
But
Like
okay,
there's a
I might be making an assumption here, but I feel like when you have a father as as big as Will Smith, for you to stand out, you have to do some radical things. Plus, maybe he already is such an artistically like very emotive person that way, right? So in many ways, I feel like he needs to stand out, and whether it's through this kind of designs, you can call it weird, but in a way, I think that's how maybe he needs to do it. Partially, I feel like that's how he is also. Like, I don't think he will just dress that way unless he can identify with that way of dressing and expressing himself. Just even the way he wears his hair and his nails and things like that, right? Like again, I feel like it's everything is relevant, right? The fact that the overshadowing of his dad's fame, like he's a huge celebrity. I'm still watching him. I love Will Smith. And then um he himself, he needs to come out of his own shelf, and the thing is like, yeah, the thing is like when people talk about him, they're probably just gonna say, oh yeah, Will Smith's son, like instead of, oh, Jaden Smith, like there is a huge part of you who still needs to prove yourself, right? So like I said, I'm not saying his designs are good or bad, like definitely not my taste, but in some ways he needs to do something different enough that it gets noticed. Whether it's in a good way or bad way, that's irrelevant. I think it's just getting noticed right now.
Yeah. So how we came about this is because I feel like all these big luxury brands that are so iconic, like Moana, Louis Vuitton, and what's the other one? Like AP, right? They need to do a collaboration with something that's young, right? You find this young thing. So whether there was the Labubu or the Black Panther or Jaden Smith, because he, like you said, he's trying to stand out in his own way, and that I'm sure appeals to a certain demographic of the young generation. Doesn't appeal to me for sure, because like we're like kid, kid, no lah. But he has a huge following. Like Labubu has a huge following, right? So then these brands bring it in, and you get something, okay, whatever it is. Mona Labubu, like what? You get the Jada Smith Louboutin, like what? But they don't last. That is like it's an underlying thing. I feel like it's kind of following the success of when LV. What is that guy's name? He passed away. LV not nominated, but like hired that creative director. But he was obviously very established that time, and he was the one that created streetwear in LV's men's line. I feel like Louis Vuitton is trying to do something like that, but with the young version, which is Jaden Smith. What is that guy's name? He passed on, and then Pharrell Williams took over. Oh gosh, Virgil. Thank you, Virgil. Right? This was one of the most controversial, exciting, like what? Whoa! Hires in LV to take over the creative line for men's, like the menswear, created streetwear. It opened up this whole universe of people buying LV. The men's line was just like wow. So maybe that's what Christian Louboutin is trying to do. Like maybe the Jaden Smith version of it. Hire this young, like nobody has done it in the shoe line, and tap into this young generation. Because Virgil, yeah, it was tapped into the old that crowd, but not the Jaden Smith crowd, the really young ones. This is like the new group. I feel like there's something that's there. Like, oh, let's try this formula. Let's try this formula for Christian Louboutin. So we'll see. His first collection, no, it got really mixed reviews. Really mixed. It didn't generate a Virgil version of hype, yes, but like people just running out to buy. This one is people like he tried a little bit too hard.
I mean, I don't know enough. This is the first time you're showing it, and I haven't really looked at it or researched it, but I almost feel like it's also too soon to tell. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
I do agree that the designs are not gonna last. It's really just I almost feel like it's an expression of his current if there's a word to describe his age and maturity and everything, like just the way he's thinking and expressing himself right now, that's the word I want to use. But like I feel like as they, I definitely feel like it's too soon to tell, because a lot of the artists that I don't really know a lot about pop cultures to begin with, but the people that I always get interested, I usually look into them over time. So like Lady Gaga, for example, she used to be so eccentric as well, but look at her now. She's still eccentric in many ways, but she's very much like very in her demure way. Like it's a very tasteful way of being eccentric. So I feel like these artists, they will evolve over time to become the best versions of themselves. So again, I don't really know Jaden Smith very well, but I feel like if he's starting off as, a designer now, and it's just his debut, right? It has yet to be seen how it's gonna come to fruition or not in the future. Like
we'll see.
whether
We'll
they'll
see.
stay.
You're right. It could evolve. You like Lady Gaga. I like pink. Pink as in the singer. Like she started off like this rocker and all that, but she has a voice like a voice. She's evolved as well over the years, right? It's amazing. Maybe this is for you, Amy. Let's pull this one.
Mm.
Bernard, in Canada, why is it so difficult to get the third bag? My essay waits for you to spend more. Even I have. Sharing. Spend 23,000. Ouch. I have noticed that when I buy ready to wear, he suddenly becomes happy. Biggest commission in ready to wear, maybe?
That and also ready to wear is a highly favored category for anybody to buy. Like if you buy ready to wear, your profile suddenly looks better, especially if you're spending 23K in ready to wear. And then of course there's jewelry. That's also a very highly favored category, especially when you're buying like diamond jewelries, things that have a lot of diamonds, they tend to jump in the 5 figures. And then furniture would be another one. Obviously, like furniture is a different level. I don't even look at furniture. I mean, I'll look at them. I won't consider them. I'll look at them. They're not very comfortable looking to begin with. But yeah, those are very much, I would say, the only categories that will really make your essay get you like feel like you are favored at that moment. But it's a very, I have said that before. I think it has become, again, there's many things to explain that. In Canada, well, I don't know which city you're in, but most likely whichever one you're in, because there's only one in each city. There's only one, right? There's only one in Montreal, one in Toronto, one in Calgary, one in Vancouver, and that's what you get. And every one single one of them, you have to fly for hours just to get there. So there's really one in the vicinity of where you live. That's already in itself a problem. When there's not enough supply to go around and everybody wants something from the essays, they start making you have to do more for them. I feel like the first bag especially, but the first two, I feel like they're probably easier because that's when they're easing you in as a client. Again, I don't work for them, so I can't really like say this is the fact. So just take what you want. This is just from personal experience. It's become very challenging. Not only are they expecting you to really do your part, you are competing with a lot of people that are demanding the same things. And I think it boils down to you will eventually get your bag, but it boils down to if you're spending as much as the other clients right now, right? So your essay probably has a handful of clients. The priority is not going to come to who's got their bag first, right? It comes down to the spend, who's more competitive, and also then it comes down to how long you've waited. So if you've waited for 2 years and still haven't gotten your bag, but you've spent enough in that sense, then you will get it, right? Like it's sort of like a very fine line between the ratio you spend or just the amount you spend. Let's not talk about ratio. Like it's so hard to talk about ratio. The amount you spend in comparison to everyone else, and then the weight, the how long you've waited, and also the categories that you buy from. Again, ready to wear is always favored for sure. Jewelry, shoes, scarves, all these do add up, obviously. But I think ready to wear is easy. Like with shoes, they have to bring so many boxes, and shoes are just like if they fit, they fit. They don't fit, they don't fit. Right? Clothes is a little bit easier, and I think the cost of clothing, to be honest, they cost so much to buy, but I think the cost of making the clothes in the production is a lot more favorable to shoes, for example, right? The shoes, they at most, I mean, a very nice pair of loafers is 2K, right? 2+K. If we're talking about the boots, it's like about 4-5K. So like ready to wear very easily, like a little cashmere like that, very easily 4K. But it's so much easier to make the cashmere than to make that jumping boot, you know what I mean? So like I think that's why ready to wear is very, very much favored. And I think jewelry, why it's favorite also is because the costs, their prices are so high. the diamond jewelries, you're definitely buying it for the pre-spend, because I think for the same amount of diamonds elsewhere, you're getting a lot more gold. But their designs are really pretty, so I do like their jewelry. But it's just a matter of, really, it's so competitive. That's just it. It boils down to that. And when you've already gotten 2 bags, they know they can make you wait for your third one and any following ones, unless you're also spending very, very actively, shopping very, very frequently, then you might bump up higher on the list more quickly.
It's a good point. They also need to move the ready to wear while it's still in season. That's a good point. I mean, yeah, you buy jewelry, but jewelry is sort of, the amount is big, but it has longevity. They are not rushing to get that style out. But yeah, with ready to wear, it's really quick, because 6 months only, they have 6 months to move it.
Yeah, that too. But also, if you think about it, right, it's so much harder to make a pair of shoes than to make a piece of clothing. Like, we're talking about, like, if it's the cotton ones, so easy. I can make it. Obviously not as skillful as the actual people that work in Hermes, but clothes are just significantly easier to make. You require a lot less skill. They still have to be talented, but you require less labor than to make a pair of shoes, for example. The silk, I think, is also different because they have their own technology and everything. But then the silk also, the margin, although the price is quite high now, I feel like you're still getting value out of the silk, and it's not very expensive. You have to buy so many silk to equal a piece of jewelry, for example. So that is why certain categories just move you up the ladder, like on their priority list, so much faster. And it really just boils down to a lot of people are spending money a lot there, and they will probably get offered faster than you. It's very competitive. Yeah.
Don't buy anymore. Don't buy anymore. Don't buy already. Don't buy already.
No, but that's the thing. That's what I said too, right? Like, if I have my eyes on something, I'll get it. I'll do what it takes, right? But it really hurts. It does hurt. And so, money you can always make again, but
But it's
opportunities will always
hard.
come, right? And so it's also a really big trade-off. Like, at the same time, you're in this chase, and it's hard and it's long, and you are spending a lot. So you're putting a lot of effort into it, effort and money and time. But if it's that important to you, then it's worth it, right? And it's hard, right? Like, it's easy to compare, because you're like, oh, how come like people in Asia can just do it like that, right? 1-to-1 or whatever. Like, it's hard to compare like that too, because you can feel that way, but you also don't live there, right? And like I said, there's only one store where you are. Literally, it doesn't even matter where you are. There's only one store. So it's really competitive because of that. You can't just go to the other store, right? You can't just go to a consignment store, because there are none. There's not that many options, and that's the reason why they make you spend so much more on your subsequent bags. It's actually, the more you go along here, the harder it gets. It usually is the reverse.
Yeah, that's really strange. I mean, for us here in Singapore also, the feeling seems it's the same, because I think they have already studied their clients. Like, unless you're an ultra high net worth where this is your spending pattern, then it's different. But if you are the ones that are maybe coming in, they probably studied these newer customers that they maybe have a lifespan in the brand for 5-6 years. I'm sure. So you milk them at the beginning of their journey, because they will suddenly wake up and say, oh my God, did I spend X, 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 X? Then they will taper off. I'm sure they know the psychology of a majority of customers. They come in, they get their 1 or 2 bags. And if they ask for their third bag, it's very likely they will end up not taking more. It's just the game, because you can't. It's not sustainable unless you are ultra high net worth. How much more pre-spend can you do?
No, it's true, but I think if we had the supply, it would be a different story too. It
Mm,
really boils down to the supply. In Canada, we just don't receive that many. And if you just look online by itself, like we have barely any drops online for bags. Barely ever. If we ever get
mm.
any, it's one.
We didn't get a
Like,
drop yesterday. I saw on Sheng Xiong, Sheng
yeah,
So.
I know,
We got
but
a
you
bunch
can
of
like
bags
I
coming in.
especially now that I'm also on that platform, I can see all the drops. It's so like it's so sad. Like the drops are so far and few in between, and also uh, every time you would click on anything, literally, usually in the States, I would see you can click on the plus sign so many times, right? There's so many of that same thing. Let's say the whatever bag you have, like you can click on the plus sign. There's more than one. Here, there's literally
Mm,
one. Every time there's a drop, there's one. So it's that difficult already in terms of supply. And so I feel like if the supply was just more, just a lot more, we would be in a different we would have a different experience for sure.
mm,
And people would be more willing to, like you're saying how the profiles and the customer patterns are studied, how they stop within a few years. Well, maybe if it was more, you don't have to keep spending more and more expansionally every time, that they would just keep going every year. Like I hear stories in people who live, I mean, maybe it's in the past, but like there's this Instagram account, this lady that sells, it's actually the lady that owns the Seven Rue Paradis, right? 7
ah,
RP. She used to tell stories about how, like, you don't, it's not like the game where you have to pre-spend a ratio, right? Like the fact that you even have to talk about a number ratio, right? It used to be
mm,
you leisurely consider this nice piece of scarf, this nice blouse, and then a boot, and then you get offered something. And then you get offered something again and again and again. You can maybe buy even like 2, 3 Birkins at the same time. Like it's not like this here. It's not like
it's
this
changed.
even in Paris anymore, I know, but the fact that there is more supply over there still, because that's where it's from, it's it changes the experience. Here, the fact that everybody wants it, but there's just not enough to go around, that's how they have to play with. Like, how do you make it fair? How do you make it fair? Is it the person that spends more? I feel like for a business, that's what is fair. For them, is like this person spends more faster. That's why they get their bags faster. Whereas if you're a moderate spender, then you have to wait a little longer, spend a little longer. Then it's your turn. It's sort of like that.
Yeah. Okay, we'll end with this comment. This is funny. I interestingly asked ChatGPT about pre-spend situation in Vancouver. It pointed out that Vancouver has such a high amount of international and transient visitors. Pre-spend is high. I need to ask ChatGPT after this live about Singapore and Malaysia. Oh my gosh. I never even thought about asking ChatGPT. Maybe I'll ask Gemini.
Actually, it's funny that you say that, Damien, because I feel like out of all the, did I say there was 5 stores here? Wait, Montreal, Toronto, Calgary, Vancouver. Okay, there's only 4 stores in Canada, but we are the store that's most west of the country, so closest to Asia. So anybody who flies
Mm.
in to Canada they will always land in, if it's a,
Oh, stop in
yeah, if it's
Yeah.
like a connecting flight, or if it's a very far, they will always land in Vancouver first. So obviously, and plus we have the mildest weather. So if anything, it makes total 100% sense that we get the most transient international customers as well. And
Mm,
they could just drop money and get their bags, they will, because you otherwise have to fly a lot farther and a lot colder places. Plus, Vancouver and Toronto are the biggest stores, so you wouldn't want to go to Montreal and Calgary to try to get bags, because they just get even less. They get literally even less than the other 2 stores, except that the other 2 stores, the biggest stores, also have the most clients, the highest spenders, because also in Toronto there's a big population of Asians and Middle Eastern, and like all these people that can spend. So that's why, like, it's, yeah, it's interesting that that you found this on ChatGPT, and it makes a lot of sense.
I'm gonna do it after this for Singapore and Malaysia. I wonder. I'm gonna do it. All right.
Yeah, so you're
We
competing with
are.
everybody, like literally competing with the locals and the international travelers. So it's very, very hard.
I think Singapore would be the same because we're smack in the middle of all the Asian
Mhm.
countries, and actually a lot of Malaysian and Indonesia come here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be the
But
same.
you
I will
still have
check and
more
we can talk.
supply. You still have way more
Yeah, but we
supply,
have
and
quite
you
a bit
have
of
a lot
supply.
of competition from the second market, which we don't have here.
Yeah.
We don't have a second-hand market. Literally, there's
Yeah.
it's non-existing. Nobody wants to buy the Birkins from there. Literally, trust me.
All right. So thank you, Amy, and thank you everybody for all the chats. It's so interesting. So remember, join us next week. We will dive deeper into Hermes 2026. I mean, some of today's conversations will go over there, but I think we'll talk a little bit deeper because I think I have some predictions as well for 2026. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Next week's a members. So be a member on both our channels and we will chat again next week. Bye.